Brian Tinsman. We're here at PAX Unplugged. I'm talking to John Stacy with Game Manufacturers Association, and we're just talking about the future of games, how things are going in the industry. We're working on new product development, so we're interested in hearing about trends that we're seeing now that we may be thinking about for the next 1 or 2 years. And just wanted to talk about what you're seeing in terms of what kind of categories of games are popular, or what kinds of world building or character development that you're seeing that you would keep an eye out for.
Yeah, I mean, it's gangbusters across the board. I mean, I haven't seen like one particular one's doing better than the other because they're all doing really well. We've had a really good period in the last 2 to 3 years in the game industry. Production's up, demand is up. There's thousands of new games coming every year. It's hard to keep up, quite frankly. It's a good problem to have. It's a real, a lot of people coming in the industry for the first time, a lot of new game developers, a lot of new game companies coming online, so it's been an exciting time to be in the industry.
Yeah. Do you think that with increasing popularity of board games is coming mostly from players who have been playing less and now are playing more, or new people coming in who are...
Sure. I think it's a little bit of both, mostly the former. A lot of people who have been playing games for their families for a long time, and now it's cool again to play games, and so they're exploring the new kinds of games in the hobby game market. But of course, during the pandemic, a lot of people were obviously home looking for other ways to stay engaged and entertain, and engage. The puzzle played a huge part of that, so that's helped. But also, I think because of a lot of people are getting basically detoxing from all the digital world, they want something that's analog, that's more person to person around the table. That's helped us boost game sales as well.
Yeah. Do you think that it's important for a product to have digital components and tabletop components and back and forth with community building and all that kind of stuff?
Sure. I think it's good to have a holistic approach to your game because obviously you're building a fan base, people who are excited about your game, and it's not just the publisher would be more than just one game, your line of games, right? You build building a group of fans, and then having your online presence, your online community doing that. And Discord's been a huge help for that over the last few years. I've seen a lot of publishers are creating their own Discord channels for their own communities, and it's been phenomenal. People have that one-on-one connection with the audience that way.
Yeah. Are there any categories or types of games or publishers that you've seen that you would keep an eye out for big success in the next couple of years?
Well, it's interesting because there's a lot of consolidation going on in the industry. You hear what's happening. Some of the larger companies have been merging with other companies, but there's been a huge number of small companies with Kickstarter and other crowdfunding platforms like GameFound that are giving people a really lower barrier entry. And so I really have to look at those upcoming companies, we think 3 to 5 years from now. Those are going to be the giants in the industry because they're growing so fast.
Yeah. Do you have any tips or ideas for new game companies to succeed in the first couple of years after their first game launch?
Sure. So my big caveat is for all publishers that going into 2025, we're going to have a lot of movement on tariffs and the cost of production for games because of what's happening in the United States here with the new administration. And so I'd be very careful understanding what your costs are. What's going to cost to publish your game, have it printed, and have it shipped from China if you're making overseas, and plan on 2 to 3 times what you think it's going to cost in the short term. So you need to know your numbers. Make sure you understand that clearly. Otherwise, you're not going to be successful in this industry.
Yeah. Is it difficult to get distribution and fulfillment and warehousing and all of those shipping details?
Yes. And that's just because there's so many new games coming on. It's a lot of the distributors are a little bit more leery of some of the newer ones because they need people to have proven track records because the margins are so tight on each of the levels, whether it's distribution or retail. And so they're not taking as many risks as they used to, I think, 5 to 10 years ago. They're looking for great games, there's no doubt about that. Other people are going either direct to route themselves, either self-publishing or going directly to retails. But distribution plays a huge role in our industry. They're usually looking for a company that has 2 or 3 titles before they sign them on. So you might look for a fulfillment house like PSI or something like that for a first game, or Bridge, some other distributor like that. There's lots of options to get in the marketplace. So just figure out what's best for your kind of business model you have.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot for your help and advice, and great talking to you.
Awesome, thank you very much.